I'm Michael Buffer here, and let's get ready for FM Boxing Media.
This is Frankie Morgan here from FM Boxing Media, brought to you by the High Protein Company, Giggling Pigco and For You Hair Products. Today we're in a bit of a different location, aren't we, John?
Yeah, aren't we, Frank? Look, we're in the Stansted ends, Birchanger, Frank, aren't we?
I'm having a little look round now, and I remember in an interview you said that you used to be a little fat John Hedges when you was a kid. And
see why, mate? Can't you?
Now we've got a Taco Bell, we've got a KFC, Burger King. What would have been your option growing up?
On the doorstep right now, I would have a little. There was a chopstick. I don't know if the chopstick. Yeah, chopstick's still there. I'd have a little start with a chopstick.
That's half healthy, that ain't it?
Yeah, well, it makes you think it's healthy until you look at the calories. Bit of rice box, and then straight into Kentucky, little bonus banquet. I'm still hungry. A little quesadilla out of Taco Bell, do you know what I mean?
Not too
Got to
bad.
be done.
Not a bad order, that.
Mate, it's terrible though, Frank. Too easy, innit? Too easy.
Mate, Joe, I'm saying that I lost all that weight for the little white collar fight. I'll put it all back on now. I've got to lose it again.
People don't say that, do they? They always say, oh, look how much I've lost, but how quick does it go back on? You can do it in a week, can't you?
Do it in a week. About 4 days and I was back to normal.
Joke, innit? Joke.
But obviously you've just had a fight announced, and in the most polite way possible, you're not fighting a mug at all.
No,
fighting Zoro, who, as much as he has been in with Opatire, he didn't really look the best against Opatire, but who does?
No, exactly. It's world level, isn't it?
But he's been at world level. He's fought some of the, probably better fighters than what you've fought.
Definitely, I'd 100% say that. Yeah, definitely.
How big of a step up is this?
Mate, I think it's, do you know what? It's all about calculated risks in boxing. And I kind of said this to a few people, and it was like, when you say the names, I was like, oh, it's a massive step up. I feel like if I struggle to win the English, it would be a massive step up. Like, massive. And you'd be like, oh, well, you could barely scrape through that. But I think we looked at the statistics the other day. I think I've lost 5 rounds since my debut, and 2 of them was in my debut, or one of them was in my debut, which is crazy. So statistically, I'm barely losing a round. I'm winning. I've won the Southern Area with ease. I've won the English with ease. This is the right fight at the right time, and it just, let's see where I'm at. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I don't know myself what my level is, because other than sparring high quality boys, I've not really got going in the ring. So yeah, so it's a fight that brings a lot of risk but a lot of reward.
Yeah, you've always sparred along with some of the best.
Yeah.
I've even seen you, obviously, I know he's a lot bigger, but you mix it with Johnny Fisher and big bangers like that who are heavier than you.
Yep.
But sparring them sort of people, how much does that help in the lead up to someone who is known to be a fairly, big puncher and good fighter?
Yeah, he's a handful. Look, and I think Ellis is one of them fighters who, I don't think he's a massive cruiser, but he can obviously punch. He's a great knockout against Jose Burton, another tall fighter. And do you know what? I think it's confidence-wise, sparring the likes of like you said, the heavyweight boys, being in the mix, even with like a couple of his mates. I sparred Denzel Bentley a few times, and over the years when I was 14, 15-year-old, I was in the Peacock every week sparring. So I've been around pros all my life, but just ever so slightly as an amateur, I sparred more than really what I did as turning a pro. It's been hard to get sparring, but I just think, Frank, do you know what? It's I know I keep saying it, but it's a great step up, and I believe it's at the right time. It's really one what brings me. I feel like I've won the English title and been a bit in the shadows, so I need a win. Like, win against Zoro puts me right in the mix.
Yeah, and if I didn't see you the other day, I'd have been shocked to see next gen on you, because I said that when I stood next to you, I thought, oh, John's here, probably 27, 28, big tall lump.
Yeah,
we worked out that you're actually younger than me.
Yeah, mad, mate. Yeah, 2002 boy. So yeah, do you know? I was having this chat with Eddie not long ago. Like, I was saying to Ed, like I said, people look at me because I've been in the matchroom system now 5 years. They're like, oh, he must be getting on. But I signed as an 18-year-old, do you know what I mean? So I was so young. I never really had the learning fights. I just kind of got injured, had to take a big fight, won the big fight, went on to another big fight. And like I said, it's my 3rd consecutive title fight. So can't knock it, Frank. Do you know what I mean? I've moved, as much as he's been a bit stop-starty with my hand injuries and things like that, I've moved at good pace. And we had a laugh about it. It's all gas, no brakes. Do you know what I mean? And that's what this year's about. Just big finish to the year. Obviously, it's been a bit of an arsehole year this year, but let's just finish it off good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and talking of signing over at 18, the son of a legend is fighting on the same card as you, Conor Mitchell, making his pro debut.
Big Conor, mate.
How much you used to watch Kevin Mitchell as a kid? Obviously, being an Essex boy yourself, you've got to watch a little bit, ain't you?
100%. Look, my best highlight, and I've always said this, said it on past interviews, was seeing, and shame about the result, but was going Upton Park, seeing Mitchell versus Casidas, and that will live with me forever, because that was basically what got me the buzz of boxing. I'm a West Ham fan, seeing everyone there, and what people always take out, that card that night was unreal. I think Zoro versus Danny Williams, there were so many good, like, the undercard was mad, the atmosphere was crazy, and obviously Kevin just brought them all in himself. I think he said to me he sold them all out of his hand, didn't he? Like, none of this big.
I actually went round to his mum's his mum's a couple of days before, and there's just stacks and stacks of tickets. And when you see Big John's videos, it was like one of them, but times 10 for West Ham Stadium.
This is just what I was about to say. Like, Kev was the first one to do it, and social media weren't really involved, so I can imagine Connor's going to get a lot of that back in, and the journey starts for him on the Wednesday, doesn't it? So roll it on.
When I look back at that night, I do half hate it. One, because Kev lost, but for two, he made me wear a West Ham shirt on the ring walk as well. Being a Man United fan, I look back at that sometimes now. I was fuming myself, but obviously, Connor Mitchell's coming along, signed up with Matchroom.
Yeah, he's in good hands.
Yeah, and obviously there's a lot of other young prospects. We watched Tia Ayton and Adam Macker the other day. How good do you reckon them two are as well? And
I don't know a lot about Tia, but all I can say is she's handling everything easily, isn't she? She don't even look like she's got out of first gear yet. Adam Macker, I think he's a great fighter. Always like Adam. I like his setup where he's from, all the Kent boys, you know what I mean? I get on well with all them boys. And Adam's one of them ones. I think he's going to make a great pro because he's a demolition man. It's a bit opposite to myself, to be honest with you, but I rate it, do you know what I mean? Like watching that, it's entertaining, and it's the hurt business, and Adam goes in there to hurt someone with intent every time. So I think keeping him active's done a good thing, and it's a great card to be part of. To co-main event this sort of card, looking at the boys around me, it's buzzing, mate. Like class, absolute class.
Top of the bill, back with an old teammate, Giorgio Vizioli.
Yep.
How good's it going to be to see him again?
Mate, me and Giorgio, very good mates. Like I say, obviously was in the team together, and obviously in the same stable, weren't we? So Giorgio, I've always said it. Like I said it when Giorgio had his first or second fight. I can't remember when I was in there. Anyways, I said he'll be unbelievable. He'll be a world champion, nailed on. Discipline's another level. His natural ability's another level. And he's a great kid. Like he's a nice boy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and obviously the Kamal Moulton talk is constant.
Yeah,
constant back and forth. Do you reckon we could see that fight next, maybe, or would you say push for the English, push for the British, and then come out there and do it?
Look, Giorgio, in my opinion, can absolutely. What's the word, Frank? Like he can. I don't want to say piss, but like he could zoom through to British level, in my opinion. So why wouldn't you? Might as well get the experience. Kamel's a great name. What's the point of earning 100 grand when you go and earn $1 million? Do you know what I mean? And that's how I see it. Let it build. I think Giorgio's making a great name for himself just out of his fighting itself, without doing any social media selling. Just he's a great fighter. Do you know what I mean? So he's going to become a household name. I'm 100% sure of it.
Yeah, and obviously you're going to be looking at British titles as long as you get through this test. That's what you're going to be looking at next. We obviously watched Jules Dillard win his the other day.
Yeah, buzzing for him,
How
mate.
much of a buzz did that give you to get in there and do it yourself?
100%, Frank. Like, me and George obviously come through the England setup together. I think everything I won, George won. Do you know what I mean? So it was like literally won the juniors together, won the youths together, was on the England team together. It's nice to say that we've been on the same journey. I think George is one of the original ones. Me, Junaid Boston, Jules Lillard. We was all on the team at 11 or 12, boxing in Tri-Nations for the schoolboys, and we've stayed on the team from that year. We didn't come off, we stayed all the way through. Great win. I thought it was a hard fight when he took the Conway fight, but what a performance. Probably the best I've ever seen Jules box in total. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Great performance, and I've got to do the same thing myself.
Yeah, I think I said to his dad after the fight, I said, bar his dad and his mum, I don't think there was anyone that was 100% that George was going to win. But
Even myself, like I rate Kieran as a fighter, and I thought, I don't know. I didn't think it was too early for George, but I thought Kieran had maybe the wrong tactics. I thought Kieran had the wrong tactics. I think if Kieran stuck to his boxing, it would have probably gone a bit smoother. But I still think George was on fire that night. Do you know what I mean? Like George, I don't think anyone was stopping him. I don't care who was in the ring, he was beating him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, touching back on you going for the British title, obviously there's a big fight coming up soon. Vidal Riley in it.
Yep.
Is that the sort of fights that you're going to be looking for next year, or?
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, Frank. I wasn't too bothered about defending the English. I'm one of them ones. I just want to. There's no really pressure with me. Like I've achieved all right so far. I'm 23. I said to Eddie, just kind of give me the hardest fight you got, but show me a correct person. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that big-headedly. I'm not saying I'm going to beat everyone in the world, but let's see what I'm about. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, back to the how I feel like I've cruised it to this stage. I don't know what I'm about, do I really? I've only shown it in sparring, so I've got to show it on the stage. And I kind of said, look, I've won the English. Vidal might look at me as an easy touch. Put me forward for Vidal, do you know what I mean? Keep going. And obviously that fight didn't happen, but Zoro's a very hard fight. Make the Zoro fight, get that one, and we'll move on.
Yeah, could maybe see that in a 5v5 one day.
I'll be sick, wouldn't it? How good would that? Do you know what I mean? People like Vidal, my brother's age. Yeah. So I've grown up through boxing, and I've seen Vidal train next to my brother in West Ham and things like this, and be around the same circles. And now the little 6-year-old fat boy who was walking in the gym is now turned pro and boxing himself. Crazy story. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. One thing we do obviously have to touch on, new camp at the moment.
Yep.
You did obviously go up to Ricky Hatton for a few months, and that was the plan, but obviously unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah.
That's not the place now, but you've obviously got a new coach now. Whereabouts are you?
I'm over at Frank Greaves. I'm over in, I keep saying it wrong, you'll be better than me, Selfook.
I wouldn't have a clue. I'm going to butcher it myself.
Yeah, next to London Bridge anyways. But yeah, I'm over with him. So I'm I'm a London boy now, Frank. Do you know what I mean? I can't stand
Essex,
it.
Manchester, London. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, mate. I've toured this year. I've absolutely gone all through the houses. But yeah, I'm with Frank now. Great technical coach. And I was actually just looking at an interview before we come up here. Frank Taylor's in it. Steve Bunt saying he's one of the unsung heroes of British boxing, and I think that's true because like I've only been with him a matter of weeks now, but technically he spends so much time with you. Like yeah, you can't knock Frank for the time he's given me. And even today he was down sparred a fella called Tino Belot, another undefeated fighter, this morning. He was there before me, stayed there after me. Do you know, like it's just proper commitment from a coach, and I think that's what you need at this level. So yeah, great team up with Frank. It's working well, and hopefully the biggest performance of my life come 17th December.
Yeah, and I did watch an interview back earlier from when you was training under Ricky, and you said about how good it was there as well, and how much work and time they actually put into you and watching over fights and stuff like that. Is that something that you're obviously going to miss coming up? Yeah,
and I think that was my decision when I went to Frank. I've got used to I've been spoilt, and I've been the best boy in the gym sort of style, and getting the one-on-one attention, or not the best boy, but there's not many of us in the gym, and I was getting the one-on-one. So when I looked for someone new, I thought, right, I don't really want to go into a packed-out gym. I need someone on me. I know what I need myself. Do you know what I mean? I need someone nailing me every 2 minutes, telling me, look, do this, do that, and I'm getting that with Frank. So look, I'll be God's honest truth. Would I left for it? Of course I wouldn't have. Like that was my stable. Do you know what I mean? I committed to Manchester. But look, sad, mate. It's one of them things, isn't it?
One of the best things to come out of Manchester was your wife's TikToks.
I
spoke to you about these the other day. I couldn't help but laugh at every one of them because you told me that it was you that made her start them, and then it was you that was getting all the stick, wasn't it?
Mate, I was getting absolutely abused. Like, obviously, the whole stay-at-home wife. Certain people don't really agree with that lifestyle, do they? So, mate, honestly, the amount of stick she was getting, I was like, I'm thinking, I feel like she has a good life. Do you know what I mean? She gets looked after. She don't have to work, this and that. In the comments, does he force you to do this? Does he do that? What else does he do? I was like, oh, give me a day off. But no, bless her. She's smashing it, mate.
Yeah, I was crying. Do you know what? It started off with "This is my husband, John," blah, 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 and then by the end of it, it was like you were getting called every name under the sun in his videos.
It went well wonky. I realised you must have it yourself. When you have a video blow up, it's like that video just keeps coming back to it. Don't matter whatever video she comes up with. This one where she's cleaning the home, keep getting abused off it, mate. But hey, all attention's good attention.
One person I do want to touch on, I was looking through your Instagram and you was obviously in the corner of Elbrook quite a lot when you was with Mark Tibbs and all that. Have we heard anything about what's going on with her at the moment? Because she's been very quiet.
I ain't spoke to Elle in a long while. She looks well. Like I've no falling outs or anything. Just one of them ones you kind of like grow apart, don't you? But yeah, one thing I will say, the journey with Elle was great, mate, and I'm very privileged to be
all over the world, ain't you?
Oh, mate, I went to Texas, then, pardon me, went to where was the next one? Leeds. And it was just, we're travelling. It was brilliant, mate. And one thing I always say, very grateful for Elle. And even her in the gym, Frank, cracking personality. And one thing I always say with Elle, trained so hard, down to earth, proper, good stuff, mate. And if she's watching this, hello, Elle, what's happening?
Well, obviously, looking through your box rec, you didn't have the most active of years this year or even last year.
Yeah.
But you're obviously looking next year to push on, fight more often and get out there a lot more often.
Yeah, like, I think I was just saying that to you off camera. Like, I've had 11 fights and I've won a Southern Area, I've won an English, and I'm 23. So, in actual aspects, I've probably moved quicker than most 23-year-olds. But I've had to do it at my own pace. And it was the same old. Like, I remember having an injury, coming back to speak to Eddie, and Eddie going, right, what do you want next? And I'm the one saying, I want a title fight because I'm not in boxing to hang about 30 years and box for a British after 100 fights. Just chuck me in there now, let's see what I'm about. And there's no pressure in me, Frank. Like, genuinely, people go, oh, you nervous? Of course I'm nervous. I'm going in with a full-fledged man, aren't I? But I'm all about seeing what I'm about. There's, it's a sport, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Train hard and just have a crack.
Yeah, one person I do want to touch on, someone that you've obviously been very close to, Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
All the rumours are out at the moment that he could be coming back. It could be on. Frank Warren's obviously hinted at it. Do you want to see that fight with Joshua, or do you think it might be a little bit too late?
It's too late, isn't it? It is too late. Like, let's be fair, as boxing fans, it is too late. But would we still pay for it and watch it? 100%. I'm a Fury fan, aren't I? So Fury should have had it 2 years ago. That's all I think. I do think Fury can still beat AJ, but I feel like it's kind of the tables have turned. Do you know what I mean? It was like, for me, AJ was there and Fury was always there. Now we're balancing it up. Do you know what I mean? So look, I still buy it. Still definitely watch him, wouldn't you? Like, do you know what I mean?
I think you'll get a free ticket, wouldn't you? I don't
yeah,
think you'd have
well,
to
exactly.
buy it.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. I just have to give him a little blag up, wouldn't I? But no, he's good stuff, Tyson's always been a gentleman when I spoke to him, and yeah, good
Do you
knowing.
think that will happen now, or do you think that the door might be closed now?
I think both of them would feel the pressure to not like to want to take it, because like as much as money talks, I feel like they're both comfy, and it's one of them fights. There's a lot of I don't know how you'd word it. There's a lot of like.
It's like whoever loses is getting a stick, ain't they?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they got to live with that, and I don't think money can pay to live with that. Do you know what I mean? And like both ways, AJ beats Fury. Fury ain't going to be able to live with it. Fury beats AJ. AJ ain't going to live with it. Probably one of the better fights to leave. And if they ever return to boxing at 50-year-old, put it on as an exhibition. The fight will no one see. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I'd say.
That's what seems to be happening. They're rumouring at the moment Mayweather Pacquiao, ain't they, for next year?
Crazy, isn't it? How crazy is that?
that?
I think Pacquiao does him.
Yeah.
100%. The way Pacquiao boxed the other day, for a fella who's meant to have done nothing, like been out the ring, unreal, mate, wasn't he? Unreal.
Yeah, when you look at that performance, would you tell Conor Benn maybe he should have sacked off this Eubank fight and had the Barrios when you look at that performance?
Yeah, 100%, no brainer. Like, I feel Conor's more than capable of beating Barrios, but it's, again, money talks, doesn't it? So I don't know the exact numbers, but I can imagine it's a lot more fighting Eubank.
He's got a lovely house with a lake now, ain't he?
Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? He's doing something right. So I think, like I say, boxing's a business. It's got to make sense, and that's exactly what I've always said. Just show me the biggest fights, because that's what we're in here for. I don't want to. I think Conor's got the same attitude as me. We don't want to be 36, 37, still trying to box. We want to be comfy by then. Do you know what I mean? Or at least say, do you know what? I had it with every good fighter. Tried my best, and win, lose or draw, I had it with everyone. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think that's the mentality you should have. You don't want to be in this game too long. Yeah,
and I'm guessing you're going to back the Essex boy, but how'd you see that fight going come November?
I'd love to see Conor. The last fight, Chris Eubank, really shocked me. Like, I thought he was. Actually, on the bookies, I went with Eubank because I thought the odds made sense and things like this. But deep down, I thought Conor could outwork him. I think the rematch only favours Conor, if I'm honest with you. And I know it might sound like a mad thing to say. I think we see everything Eubank had. And we see how broken he was, but he got through it. But can you do that again with another load of weight loss, another hard camp? It takes a toll on his body. Yeah,
definitely. And obviously, Conor Benn even said himself he's a lot more calm this time round.
Yeah.
How much of a difference that make for a fight? Because obviously, we don't really see you mix it at press conferences either. No. You're always quite calm in that ring.
Yeah.
How much better is it to get in there?
You've got to be. Look, the 10 or 12 rounds, whatever you fight, it's hard work. You don't need no unneeded stress on there. Do you know what I mean? And I kind of like. They've got to do it to a certain degree. The money involved at that, there needs to be something. Imagine them two at the presser not talking to each other. Like, it wouldn't generate what it should. So to a certain degree, there's got to be enough. But I think he's got to know at the back of his head it's strictly business and just do enough. Do you know what I mean?
One last thing I want to touch on. You're fighting midweek this time.
Yeah, crazy, mate.
How different is that for you?
Do you know what? Does it really make a difference? No. Like, I think I'll still do the same amount of tickets. I still do about 300 tickets. I loved the O2 Indigo. Had a good knockout there. Second round knockout last time I boxed there. So it's like a bit of like a theatre, isn't it? It's a weird layout, but
you're on the stage up top.
On a stage, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it is like a phone box in there. Do you know what I mean? So me and Zoro, it's going to light up, isn't it? And he's going to have a shit ton of fans. I have a shit ton of fans, and we'll just. It's going to be a tear up, Frank. If anyone. All my other fights, I've just said, look, it's going to be a boxing masterclass. This one here, I'm going to have a bit of needle, and I'm going to show what we're about.
I was just going to ask you to sign off with why people should come to this fight. I think you've just done it perfectly there yourself.
Yeah, it's going to be a cracker, mate. It's one to tune in for.
But John, I think we'll have to meet up here again in 2 months' time, and you can have your little snacks.
We'll have a chopstick then.
You can get whatever food you wanted. But John,
Frank,
appreciate the interview. Cheers, mate.
Anyway.